Georgia's defense, the Florida quarterbacks. Let's get into it. Let's talk about what the Florida quarterbacks need to do to put Florida's offense in the best position possible to potentially succeed. And Dan Mullen came out yesterday and said both quarterbacks will play. So we don't know who's going to play more or who's going to start, but both will play the game. So with that said, let's go ahead and talk about what each guy needs to do against this Georgia defense. And we're going to break down some film of Georgia's defense so you kind of understand what I'm talking about here. But I think they're going to have to do what other quarterbacks haven't been able to do against Georgia's defense. And so you're going to have to ask them to make plays that haven't been made against Georgia's defense so far this year. So I think you're going to have to take some deep shots. I think you have to pick your poison or pick your situation when you take those deep shots. South Carolina, the film we're going to watch, they actually complete a few deep balls. And I think the deep shots can be potentially safe plays, right? Throw either your receiver gets the ball or where it's incomplete pass. I think you're going to have to potentially get them out of alignment, something that, Dan Mullen, say what you want about him, but a very good offensive mind. So do something to get them out of alignment, put them in an unfavorable position for them. And we're going to see a clip of that happening. And then I think with Richardson, I think he's going to have to play a good amount of the game. He's going to have to make some plays with his legs. You're going to have to ask him to beat backers or one-on-one positions. You're going to have to put him in a position to be one-on-one with the backer, make a play, and win. So again, it's a tall task against Georgia's defense, but I think ultimately you're going to have to ask this Georgia's defense, not Georgia, you're going to have to ask the Florida quarterbacks to do something against this Georgia defense that hasn't been done yet. So let's go ahead and look at the film and look at what you can expect from this Georgia's defense. We're going to look at some passing situations first, then we're going to look at some kind of basic first and 10s as well, so you can kind of get an idea of what Georgia could try to do against this Florida offense. But before we do, I just want to encourage all to consider subscribing to the channel if you look at any quarterback-related content. Let's get into the film. So I think it's going to take some I don't want to say funky things to beat Georgia's defense, but getting them off guard, if you will, if that's even possible, which it was this play, right? We're going to see Georgia's taking two guys off. South Carolina's going faster. It's a third and 13, 14, and Nolan, the South Carolina quarterback, is able to hit his receiver here, able to beat him a man. But you see, not everyone was lined up properly, and they were able to take advantage of that. So if you have ways to somehow get Georgia kind of not lined up in the right position or get them kind of confused, which Dan Mullen's as good as an offensive mind as anyone in the country, then you can take a potential shot there. But I think being creative and trying to get Georgia out of a line, right? Guys aren't even in position yet. They're just trying to figure out. Safety's not able to go back to snap of the ball. He's trying to figure out what's going on. And you can see the safety's flat-footed, not rolling like he's probably supposed to be, and take advantage of that. Now that's not hasn't happened often to Georgia's defense this year, but if they can find ways to somehow, someway get out of position and take some shots like that, and that could be a potential way to potentially move the ball against Georgia. So here's a third and 10 look for the Georgia's defense. We're going to see two up top safeties here, and Georgia's just going to bring four, right? And play call from South Carolina here, probably not the best for a third and 10 in a passing situation. As you know, they anticipate pressure coming, but Georgia can get pressure with only four guys. That's what they usually do. So if you're Emory Jones or Anthony Richardson, Dan Mullen, if this is the look and you have cover two with kind of man under, right? Because we got three here, two here. Then the middle of the field is going to be where you want to attack here if there's no one there. I would imagine they're going to have a spy probably on Richardson or Jones, even on a third and long situation. But if not, there could be an opportunity there. But again, just kind of a look at what a third and long could look like. Let's look at this angle real quick as well. So you can see we got two up top safeties, one here, one off the screen. Empty backfield. They just bring four, right? But still, even with they just bring four, they can still get pressure. This is obviously a screen, so I'm in release out here. Good job by Georgia's defense there. So again, two up top safeties. Middle of the field could be there, but we do expect a spy for Richardson or Jones. So here's a third and 9, and I want to watch a few things here on this play. One, not sure why South Carolina goes bunch right here, makes Georgia's defense, how they run things, a lot more easier. Regardless, let's watch this play real quick. Let's watch the D-line first. They only bring four, even though it looks like they could potentially bring, 5 or 6. They just bring four. And look how quickly they get pressure on Luke Doty at quarterback for South Carolina. Boom, right off the bat, right? There's no shot. Nothing's been developed. Able to get pressure with just four guys right there. Forces a incomplete pass. And let's watch the safeties real quick. Let's go a little bit farther. Apologize. Here we go. So pre-snap, again, it looks like there's two guys, right? You're going to see we call this kind of a cover one robber, though. So pre-snap looks like two safeties going here, making it split the field like we've seen them do before. But you're going to see one up top safety. This safety kind of comes down here, so we call it kind of a cover one robber, where they try to get pressure on the quarterback and bait the safety into throwing something middle of the field, and that safety will come in and take the middle of the field away as we have one back safety here. So just another example of Georgia disguising something pre-snap and doing something post-snap, and as well getting pressure at the line of scrimmage with just 4 guys. Again, 3rd and 9 situation here. Okay, that's not Luke Doty, it's Jason Brown at quarterback. I apologize, but still the breakdown remains the same. Pressure comes quick, safety comes down as a robber position, and they're able to force a bad throw. So here's another passing situation. It's either 2nd and 9 or 3rd and 9. I can't quite make that out. Maybe bad eyes. But anyways, it's going to be a big, deep conversion here. Let's actually watch it real quick, then break it down, because I think this is something that Florida's going to have to do if they want to beat Georgia. Let's take some shots, some safe shots, right? These balls like here, what I consider a safe shot. Okay, so we're going to see at this time it's going to be one up top safety, off coverage. You can call it cover 3, but it's probably cover 1 man under, considering these backers are taking a man. Again, Georgia's showing that they're going to bring 5. They only bring 3 guys out of these 5, and they bring a backer here. So showing one thing pre-snap, doing something else post-snap, kind of like a disguised blitz here. So again, they only bring 4 of those still, right? So they drop 7 like we've talked about. Got 1 safety covering everything here. And then we see, yeah, it's probably cover 3 actually, got thirds, but great catch there. So I think you can take some opportunities and take some shots like that. I think they're safe. Either the receiver catches it or they don't. And even if it's a cover 3 type look here, if there's no up top safety and you feel comfortable taking that shot, and I think you're going to have to at least attempt a few of these passes. Again, some downfield shots. You might not complete them, but I think for Florida to win this game, that's something they're going to have to do. So here's a 1st and 10 look for Georgia. I'll go ahead and play the defense, and we'll kind of break it down in a bit more detail. We'll see that the quarterback for South Carolina tries to keep the ball and really doesn't get much there to the flats. But pre-snap look here, let's go back. So we got 7 guys in the box here, and I expect Georgia to do something similar here, especially if Richardson's in the game, to try to limit him as a runner. Even Jones as well, right? Try to make sure they take away their ability to run. See the safety right about 12 yards off line of scrimmage. It wouldn't surprise me to see him kind of come up a bit closer unless Florida shows that they can take the top off the defense. But basic look here, 7 guys in the box, 1 up top safety, probably manned up over here, some type of man scheme depending which way the receiver goes or depending what DB takes the receiver if it was a passing play. But again, a basic look on a 1st and 10 for Georgia here. And we see they do bring pressure there. It's not something they do all the time, but they're good enough to get pressure with their 3-4 linemen here. So we see blitzing backer here. Doesn't show anything before snap. I'm sorry, the backer's coming from here. I apologize. Comes in. And again, I expect there to be a safety kind of in the box as well with Richardson or Jones. So here's a 1st and 10 situation that we're going to see Georgia here. And I think, like we talked about earlier in the beginning of the video, for Florida to win, Richardson's going to have to make some plays. I truly think he's just going to have to make some big-time plays that haven't been made against Georgia's defense. And how can you do that? Well, I think potentially spread the field out, even on a 1st and 10, get your safety deep here as opposed to letting them creep up in the middle of the field. Have 1 safety or 1 backer in the box, so 5 guys in the box, and just have Richardson line him up one-on-one against a backer. Now this play they do a pass, right? They don't have a running play here. But I think if you can get this situation, and I'm not saying that this is going to work necessarily, right, against Georgia's defense, but I think you try to kind of explore every matchup possible. And Richardson, I think, is going to have a big game if they want to beat Georgia here. So how do you do that? Find a offensive formation, get the safety 15 yards off the ball, spread everything out, 5 guys in the box, one-on-one with this backer here, and trust Richardson to be able to make him miss. Now, whether Georgia has planned for that or not, I'm sure they are. I'm sure they have ways to stack the box. But just an example, if you can get a matchup like that, then I think that's a potential way to have some success if Richardson's in at quarterback. So again, just to recap, everything we talked about is basically asking the quarterback, whether it's Jones or Richardson, to do something that hasn't been done against Georgia's defense before yet, right? You saw a lot of kind of complex defensive schemes in these videos, and you saw them kind of do one thing pre-snap, do something else post-snap. So I think having some big plays downfield, having your quarterback be successful in the run game, and then trying to kind of put yourself in a situation. This is more Dan Mullen, kind of put the offense in a situation to get Georgia's defense out of alignment. But I want to hear from you. What do you think Florida's quarterbacks need to do? Who do you think they should start? Who do you think they play with the majority of the time? Let us know in the comments below. We'll see you next time on the next quarterback-related video.